Ahoy lads, Sam here. I've got kind of a one-shot video here for you, and I want to talk about something that's very important to me. If you know me personally, I've talked about this many times. I call it the death of social gaming. So what do I mean by that? When I'm talking about social gaming, I'm referring to playing online with people in a more social manner. I'm not specifically referring to couch co-op and that sort of play, although that definitely falls into social gaming. I'm talking about playing with other people more socially online. And it's best if I give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. So, when I first started playing video games on PC, a lot of games worked on what is called a server browser system. What that means is, I'd load up, go ahead and log in, uh, go onto a game such as Garry's Mod, and you'd open the game and find yourself a list of servers. Same would be done with Counter-Strike Source, Team Fortress 2. You'd find that server list, you'd look at one that appealed to you, maybe it had good ping, the right amount of players, maybe it was customized a bit, and you'd join that server. I had played a long time, almost a shameful amount of time in Garry's Mod, and that game's entire system of playing with other players is the server browser system. How this works is, after you've selected one of these servers, you go in, you play. If you enjoy your time, if you really like that server or the people on the server, you're much more likely to join that one in the future. Because you might visit the same server several times, you may get to know the people inside of that server a little better than you would somebody you've only played with once or twice. You start to build a social connection with these people.
I should have already emptied you like I
Oh, what the
was.
f, Sam? Stop that, Sam! No! Oh, Sam!
To really understand what I'm talking about, I need to compare this to the current system that you see in a lot of games, and that is the matchmaking system. So, games that have been coming out for the past several years and games that are releasing now rely entirely, almost entirely, on a matchmaking system. So, you load up into the game, you want to play online, it throws you into a queue, finds you with some random players, you play a match together, and you never see them ever again. Even if you decide to add somebody, it's kind of rare because you're only playing this one match with them. It's also very hard for a lot of individuals to speak via voice to people they don't know, especially somebody they're just going to play one match with. This makes it a lot harder to actually foster a social connection and friendship or community within the matchmaking system versus the server browser system. And it's something that pains me quite a lot and quite personally. About 8 years ago, I first started playing games on PC, and I really got into Garry's Mod, which, as I previously stated, worked on the server browser system. There are people I met 8 years ago that I am still friends with today, and back then, making those meaningful connections would make you friendships. It would make a community of sorts that would play on a server or servers associated. And that style of gaming, that way people used to play games together, is being lost. And it doesn't look too good on the horizon. You've got games like Counter-Strike Global Offensive where it is an option, but it's hidden behind the main option. So some games do have the server browser system, but it's hidden away, and the vast majority of players aren't really going to experience it at all. Playing Garry's Mod for so long, I eventually got burnt out. Can't play the same game forever, I guess. And Garry's Mod was showing its age. The next game that really gripped me is not a game that's really tuned for social interaction, and it's Dark Souls 3. I'd played other Dark Souls games before, but I never really got majorly into the player versus player community. Dark Souls 3 was different. I really enjoyed the game, and as I was playing more at the meta level, the level where most people would be playing at in the game and matching with the same people, I realized, wow, wait a minute, I'm matching with the same people. And I enjoy fighting these people. I enjoy playing with them. Even though there's no voice chat in the game, there were other ways of communicating and respect towards each other's skill or disrespect. Um, and then I started getting to know the people actually within that community. And Dark Souls ended up replacing Gary's mod. Dark Souls ended up replacing Gary's mod as my social game, even though it was never meant to. But things are changing for the Dark Souls series. Right now in Elden Ring, you can't even see the recently connected to players, which is how I was able to tell who I was playing with in Dark Souls 3. I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if that's intended. Unfortunately, as it is, you're not going to know who you're playing with, so you can't really add them as a friend. And that really takes away from the social experience of things. It's not all dark and gloom, though. There is a game called Sandbox, which is being developed by Gary Newman. Yes, it is that Gary Newman, the Gary from Gary's mod, and no doubt that will use a server browser system. So I'm quite excited for that. However, I really wish I'd see more games prioritize the server browser system or even eliminate the matchmaking system, because they're really dooming people for years to come when it comes to socializing on online video games. Thanks for listening to me talk about this. I'll get some other videos out about Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but I hope some of you enjoyed this. Have a good one, lads.